Hello guys, welcome to my first ever Word document video. I've taken about 5-6 classes on this, I'm not sure. I've just taken so many that I've lost count. But I would consider myself a pro in computer sciences, considering Office 365. So in this video I'm just going to teach you the very basics of it. So first things first, I got a paragraph from my draft I'm writing for my book. As you can see, there's so many blue and red lines, but what do these mean? So for the red lines, these are a spelling mistake. See, for Quendor, that isn't a word. For me, that's a place in my book. Now, it will give you options to see what it may be, like all these real words, these 3 words. But if I clicked ignore all, that will make every single word that. So if I write for Quendor again, it will never show up as red again. It may do it as a mistake, but usually doesn't. So Syndrake, that's another place. Arxor, that is a name. Now, for these blue lines, they are grammatical errors in which it shows just grammatical errors. So if we clicked on this, sometimes it isn't grammatical errors, but rather better ways to rephrase your words. But they're usually grammatical errors such as a comma, 6 foot, 15-year-old. See the dashes? It adds it whenever you click on it. Now, if you're certain that it isn't grammatical error, then you can click ignore all. It won't ignore the same grammatical error, but it will ignore that grammatical error that you clicked ignore on. Now let's start from all the way to the left. As you can see, it says Calibri body, but what does this mean? What is a font? A font is the way the letters are written in a paragraph, email, whatever you're writing. So, first things first, before we get into font, all that fun stuff, I'm going to teach you some cool keyboard tricks. So if you find Control and then A, that's going to highlight, not highlight, but select everything. As you can see, this whole writing piece is selected. Now if we click Control X, it deletes it all. But that's okay. We can also do Control Z to undo. Now if we did Control C and then did Control V and then did again because that was selected. So if we did Control V, that pastes. So Control C copies while Control V deletes. Now if you did Control A, that selects. So I suggest just selecting by using mouse, unless it's a gigantic piece that you want to delete. Like almost everything you need to delete, then do Control A, Control X. So if we did Control A and changed and click this drop bar button, you can see all of these. These are what are called fonts. Now, if you hovered over this, it shows you different types of those fonts. See, these are essentially parent fonts, where it is like the top. It's essentially an umbrella. The umbrella is these pinned fonts, and like the under piece of the umbrella is all of these. So if we did a bold condense, however you spell that, bond schrift, I'm so sorry, I probably butchered it, you can see the lettering is changed. Now you can always do Control Z to undo it. I prefer Calibri or Times New Roman for usually Times New Roman is used in essays. I've known quite a bit of teachers who liked Times New Roman, and some that's like others. So it's usually a 50-50, but I know that a lot of teachers like Times New Roman. Now, on the right of this font is the size of the lettering. This essentially sizes the lettering. Now you can either write it yourself, so click backspace and write a number, which I just did way too big, or you can click the drop bar button and pick one. So I'm gonna do 19. As you can see, it changed from only one small portion of the page to almost a full page. Now I'm going to do Control Z because we're doing other experiments on this text. Well, I am. Now, these two buttons just change the size of the lettering just by 2. As you can see, keeps going up by 2. Now, if we click this, it goes down by 2. The bold, essentially, you only want to use it very little, because you only want to bold words are important. So I'm gonna bold K13 because that is a very important piece in my book, because it is a pistol that the main character uses in the book. So now you can see, if you're shimmering through it, you can easily find the bolded word, which is right here out of any other word. Some other ways to make the word stand out is an italic. So if we selected Eastern Hemisphere and italicized it, you can see it. It's a slight difference, but it can do quite a bit of damage. So if you're writing something and you accidentally make it all italicized, it will make it hard for the reader to read because it is a little slanted, and maybe it takes a brain a little more a second more to think about it. But usually italicized is used for author names, etc., or just highlighting something out of the text to essentially show you that it is important. Another way is underlining it. So Fort Gwendor is planet in my book, which is very important planet. As you can see, that's very easy to spot out of the paragraph, and allows you to see that it is very important later in the book or whatever you're writing. Word is used for so many things. It is. I've used it almost for every essay I've ever written. Almost every email. I usually write the email in Word, go through multiple writing softwares to see all my spelling, grammatical errors, then send it to Outlook, because Word isn't 100%. You'll find errors throughout Word as the more you use it, because I've used Word for years and years, and I've found hundreds of thousands of errors, but it isn't the software's fault, since it does catch a lot of errors. Now, highlighting is very important, which it is probably the best way to point out a word, say that's important. So let's say Syndraic. And let's say yellow hurts your eyes. You can click this bar and you can click these colors. So let's do blue. I like blue. See, that's a little hard to see, right? So let's say you wanted to highlight it. You could do Control Z, but maybe you've already done some work to this paragraph. So if you did Control Z, it'd mess up your paragraph. So so if you select it again and click this drop bar button and click no color, it will be it won't be highlighted. I believe that's going to be everything I'm going to go over this video. I hope you guys learned something. I'm going to make this a whole tutorial so you guys can learn and be better, because Office 365 is used so much. Like, I've personally had to do so many projects where Office 365 has been used, and it can be used for so many reasons. So if you're trying to start a business and you're an entrepreneur, you want Office 365. It may cost quite a bit, but it is useful. I hope this taught you something, and I hope you have a great day or night. Bye.